screen, hot plan. Candles on my phone, green and red, the man. TradeFly on the line, he says stay clean, stay sharp. Buy the fear, sell the rush, read that chart like art. When it runs, don't blink, when it dips, don't fold. Every dip got teeth, every peak feels gold. TradeFly, ride the wave. Bull market up, we break the cage. TradeFly, calm and brave. Bear market low, still get paid. I don't panic, I prepare. Bull bear. TradeFly's voice in the air. TradeFly voice in the air. Bitcoin bouncing hard like a heartbeat in the dark. One tap, one move, make the cleanest mark. Screens lit in the room, but my mind stay cold. For more at the door, still I hold my hold. When it runs, don't blink. When it dips, don't fold. Every dip got teeth, every peak feels gold. TradeFly, ride the wave. Bull market up, we break the cage. TradeFly, calm and brave. Bear market low, still get paid. Bull bear. I don't panic, I prepare. Bull bear. TradeFly's voice in the air. TradeFly's voice in the air. Red days teach me, green days test me. TradeFly said zoom out, that's what frees me. No mad dash, no chase, just a steady hand. From the bear to the bull, I can ride his land. TradeFly, ride the wave. Bull market up, he break the cage. TradeFly, calm and brave. Bear market low, still get paid. Bull bear, I don't panic, I prepare. Bull bear. TradeFly's voice in the air. TradeFly's voice in the air.
What is going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode. My name is TradeFly, bringing some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use. That being said, Bitcoin has not made much of a move over the last 24 hours. We're going to take a look at that when we get on the charts, but trust me, there are always trade setups out there. So we will look at some Bitcoin, we will look at a little bit of TradFi, and we are going to find some trades out there, and I'm going to give you guys a sauce. All right, it's what I do. I give you guys a sauce. The only thing I ask from you is that you give me a like and subscribe. It's really that simple. All right, that being said, let's go say what's up to the homies in the chat. We got my man Dr. Goat. We got B Team Crypto and All Set Analyst in the house. What up to you guys? Thank you for being here. It is much appreciated. Gang. All right, let's go over to the bubbles. Check them out. We got ETHFi. That is popping up 17.3%. We got Atom up 7.5, Pump is up 7.1, and that is about it in terms of the big movers. Anybody getting beat up? Nobody's really getting beat up. Let's see, where is Bit? Is Bit still in the top 100? Or Beat? Sorry. Nope. It has gotten beaten into submission. I do not see it. I'm looking. If you guys see it, let me know, but I'm not seeing it. Maybe it's green. I'm so used to seeing it red. Maybe it's green now. Let's take a look-see. All right. Nope. I don't see it. It probably got pushed out of the top 100. Anyways, ETHFi, Pump, Atom. Those are your big movers. Those are what's diverging. Keep that in your radar if you like to trade the altcoins. That's what that's what I do. I just kind of look, see what's diverging from the market, especially if you're trying to find a quick scalp. If you're really trying to degen, sometimes that is a way to find something that's going to pop. All right, market cap is sitting at 2.18 trillion. Fear and greed index is at 37. That is in fear. Still in fear. Bitcoin 63,427. That is up 0.14% over the last 24 hours. Like I said, hasn't moved much. It's only down 1.36% over the last 7 days. So again, pretty stagnant, just chilling right now. Ethereum at 1885. That is up 0.49%, and that is only down 0.9. Or sorry, did I say 94 or 49? Up 49, down 94. Dyslexia sometimes, man. All right, so what else do we have here? Bitcoin dominance at 58.5%, and that is it for the charts. Let's go over to the daily DGen. I think I'm going to do a little bit different today. I didn't put a vote out there for you guys to actually vote, but let's look at something. Let's actually, you know what? Maybe we'll actually look at the charts a little bit and just pick a DGen trade here together. I'll let you guys kind of flood the chat on what you guys think, whether we go, whether it's take a long or a short once we actually look at it a little bit. That being said, 2Bit does have their big, I guess this is a big event for 2Bit going on right now. It's the HIFT event. Whatever. What is it? The race into the future? I guess that's what it is. Who knows? Anyways, they are giving out a ton of money, rewards, all that good stuff. You guys know the deal. Just use the link. It's right here, TF Save 20. And if that doesn't work for you, go down in the description, use that. And again, that also will save you 20% on your transaction fees forever, perpetually, not for 30 days. It's not the old bait and switch. It is, I am forfeiting my commission to you. And there you go. You get 20% off for life. Don't say I didn't give you anything. All right, let's go over to the 2Bit. All right, let's take a look-see. Let's take a look-see. Let's see what we got going on right now. Looking at that, looks like a downtrend. Looks like you're under the VWAP right now for Bitcoin. Oof, that's tough. I mean, overall, trend is working its way down. You are getting some bounces along the way. I mean, if you were looking for a little bullish momentum, it would be right here because you just got above this area of resistance. But however, VWAP sitting on top. VWAP on top, baby. Let's go over to the, you know what? We're going to do this a little different today. We'll go over to the chart. We're going to go down to the lower time frames. We're going to look to see what's going on. And then I want to know what you guys think in the chat. Long or short? Long or short? You just rejected off of, it looks like the orb from earlier today. Understanding that's the opening range breakout. So that's the first 15-minute candle. Let's see here. You are below and you're really flirting with the moving average here. I don't have VWAP turned on this one, but we know we're below VWAP and we are right at the moving average. Order block just below. High volume node right here, 63,434. Let's go over to the reconnect, please. Thank you. And that one is working its way down. Let's see here. Open interest working its way down. Overall, CVD is working its way down. It's driving to the upside right here on the shorter time frame since this bounce. But what do you guys think? Long or short? 64.4K. Diddy is chilling. 64.4. All right. TradeFly is a man of the people. I try. All right, let's see. Liquidations. That's not going to do us much for this. I'm feeling a short, guys. I'm feeling a short. Who knows if it's going to play out? I haven't seen much, but we're only going to put 5 on it. This ain't no biggie. You know what? Hey, we're putting some leverage on that thing though. We're going to have a little fun. We will DGen a little bit. All right. It's freaking, it could be a bust, but you know what we're doing. I got 5 on it. All right, so we're going to put 5 on it. There you go. 80x leverage, man. We're going to have a little fun. Send it. It's in there. Where's the, oh, the liquidation's all the way up there for an 80? Shoot. We got plenty of room. I mean, it's liquidate or bust. Let's be honest. Let's see, where's a realistic place to go? What's the percentage on that? Just looking right now, just seeing what's realistic. Man, if you make $1 on 5, that ain't too bad. Let me see. Let me go back to the chart real quick. Again, we're just having a little bit of fun here. Yeah, it's wide open. It's wide open in terms of the passive orders. There ain't a whole lot going on down there. And then let's go back to the chart real quick. You do have an order block right here. That's probably where I'd say we end it, right there. 63, that's not that far away, but remember it's 80x leverage. So when you're degening, you got to get in and out pretty quickly. So let's do that. let's look for that order block right there. We'll go back. Let's go ahead, and there's where your order block is sitting. Right there. And honestly, real talk, like if I was doing this for realsies, like this stop loss would be super tight, like just above VWAP, where you see there's a clear area of resistance. If it breaks the VWAP, like logically, it's probably going to continue to go up. So when you're being crazy with leverage, which I do not advise at all, I can give that advice. Don't be stupid with your money, right? I think that's fair. Should be allowed to do that. Don't be crazy. Don't use high leverage. It is not a winning game, I'll be honest with you. What do we got? We're at 63.5. Oh, yeah. That'll work. All right, cool. We're going to set it and forget it. I would say the odds are probably not in our favor, but hey, we're having a little fun. It's the daily DGen for a reason, right? Let's see what we got over in the chat. I see some people showing up here kind of late. We got Vegas Claw in the house. What up to you? We got Digital Asset DGen. Always trades like a DGen, my man. It's in the name. You know it. And we got Wick's wife in the house. And of course, we got the lovely Alexandra G. How you doing? And Jesse Gluck. What up, dude? Good to see you. Happy birthday. Hey, we're going to sing happy birthday to Jesse. That's got to happen. That's got to happen. All right, man. I'm not singing the whole song, but I am going to sing part of the song just for you, Jesse, because, hey, man, you're one of the OGs. Love you long time, man. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jesse. Happy birthday to you. All right. I don't know if I have any cheering, maybe, but we'll do a, there we go. Song on top of the song. Makes 0 cents. All right. Let's go ahead and go over to the liquidation heat map. Let's see what we got going on. Happy birthday, Jesse, man. Much love. Thank you for being here as always. Let's see here. So looking at the liquidation heat map on the 3-day, very clear areas of liquidity here. You got 62.78. Man, it wicked right down to it. It might have dipped its toes in there, but it did not really take that liquidity because you can see it is clearly still on the map. So 62.8, 62.7-ish. And then you got about 64 and some change. All right. So those are the two areas that we're going to mark. So you got 62.8. I already marked that one because I was looking at that earlier. Let's see here. I probably have that one way up there. Yeah. Go ahead and bring that down. What do we say? 64, right? Go ahead and up. 64. Boom. That makes a lot of sense. All right. Yeah, we're on the 5-minute. Let's back this out now. Let's go to the 4-hour. Taking a look-see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, daddy like. All right, so let's go bring this out just to update our fixed range volume profile. We're still in this range, fam. We've been in this range for like more than 2 weeks. I feel like every time I come on to the show, sitting in this range, just chilling, right? We've had high side, we've had low side, and now it's like right up in the median. Just skirting along. All right, so knowing that we have liquidity at 64K, this is it, man. We're looking for this one, okay? So 64K, I can instantly be like, you know what? Right quick, I'm going to start looking in this area for a short. All right, so I'll start looking there, put the wick above and below, right in the order block. That gives you a 2.87, 2% banger. All right, so you would have to use a little bit of leverage probably to make that the juice worth the squeeze. However, that being said, what are we going to be looking for? All right, this is the difference between me and some of the other guys out there. I'm not going to just be like, here's a trade setup, enjoy. No, I'm going to walk through this, okay? What are some things that we're going to be looking for, or I am going to be looking for, if this trade were to play out? All right, so if price were to work its way back up, what am I looking for? I would like to see a wick into the liquidity, which would be at $64,000. We marked that on the charts already. That's what the green box is, $64,000. What is nice about that? We have confluence, all right? Just means things are aligning. Simply put, things are aligning. What is aligning, you ask? Glad you asked. I'm going to take a picture of this before I forget. because we gotta post this for the homies. I've been really, really bad about that. Tweet image. You can tweet the image now? Bro. That could be a game changer for me, because if I can tweet the image, I have it linked to the Discord. Sorry about thinking out loud. But it'll automatically push it to the Discord because I have those things linked. That could be a game changer, fam. All right. So, I think there's ways to webhook it anyways. Price goes up. All right. We talked about the confluence. We have a high volume node, okay? This is where a lot of transactions happen. Whether it's buys, whether it's sells, a lot of transactions happen right here. What does that align with? The POC, all right? POC, aka the point of control. All right, so we have two indications right here aligning. Makes a lot of sense. All right, and that's really your high volume area. Okay, so your high volume area, and then you have the moving average here. All right, this is a Trend Reaper proprietary moving average. No, you can't have it, but if you do the 55 EMA, you'll get close. All right, so you have your moving average converging down to that level as well. All right, you have liquidity. This is a big thing for me. One, identify the liquidity. Where is the liquidity sitting? That should be the first thing you're thinking about, because the price action follows liquidity. Not your favorite setup. Anyways, if you were watching my X, or if you're on my X, you would have saw me post that a couple days ago. So a wick up, take the liquidity, right? Once it takes that liquidity, then we would be looking for it to reestablish below the POC, below the high volume node, and then that is where you would take it. So you would have to squeak this down just a little bit. It may not actually be a 2.87. It might be a little closer to 2.5. I'm okay with that. And then this is going to squeak up just a little bit. But honestly, like this is really based on, do we really have to go over the wick? Not necessarily. Could we just stay above the moving average in the high volume node? Probably a little bit more logical, but we're being conservative, right? We'll be conservative, and we're going to use this wick right here, and we're going to keep the stop loss above that. So there you go. It ends up being a 2.3 at about 2%, right? I think you will push down a little bit there if you want to make it nice and round. There you go. There's your 2%. All right. So that keeps you above, right at the volume, keeps you above the monthly, keeps you really right at the order block there. And you have liquidity. There's a blue box here, very hard to see because it's overlapped, but you have sell side liquidity. All right. So there you go. You got liquidity in terms of where you would see liquidations, where you saw this aggressive price action coming out of that zone after some retest. Cool. That's good. And order block. So you got things aligning. And I think that's kind of the conservative play. And if I'm looking at this, I bet that puts you in the platinum pocket also. Platinum pocket. All right, let's talk about that. Fibonacci retracement level. So here you go. From bottom to the high there, and there you go. Right up in it. Right up in it. All right, so you'd be in the platinum pocket as well. Some people love that area in terms of seeing a reversal. But anyways, I do think that opportunity is on the table. What are some things we can look at here? You can also look at USDT dominance. Got a couple more shout outs here in the chat. I see some homies rolling in here. We got my man Username. What up to you, bro? 55 EMA sounds like some secret sauce. David Brumbelo. What up, dude? Thank you for being here, brother. Man, thank you very much, by the way. If you guys don't know, David makes a point to comment on a lot of my videos. It is very appreciative. That helps me grow. If you guys don't know, liking, subscribing, commenting, hyping, whatever that is, that really does help, because I am doing this for free. So, help me help you. Anyways. All right. Vegas Claw. POC, man. Oh, boy. You something different. Ain't gonna read all that. What's up with the double post? I don't know. Oh, boy. We got my man Al Jr. in the house. You guys better brace yourself because you know what's about to come. Al Jr. is going to give you some crazy. Here we go. I'm waiting on that. All right. So we're going to keep it moving here. Some other things you can look for. All right. And these are mostly technicals. We haven't even gotten into the good stuff yet. So you can look for SFP of that swing failure pattern, wick, sweep of liquidity, whatever you want to call it. All right, of that area, the POC. Now, USDT dominance. This is something you can look at as well. There's an inverse correlation between USDT dominance as well as Bitcoin price action. Oh, look at that. We were looking for a little rejection there. Quarterly pivot down to the weekly. Weird. Played out. Up to the quarterly pivot, right down to the weekly, really the moving average. But, I mean, really it did. So, see ya. But what are we starting to see here? We are starting to see a little bit of an uptrend. All right, a little bit of an uptrend. So, if you're looking for a short, where would you be looking for USDT dominance, right? You want to see some kind of correlation. You want to see some kind of correlation. You would like USDT dominance to push down somewhere around this moving average, somewhere around this weekly. All right, this weekly pivot. That's what you would like to see. That would be the, I guess, ideal state, is that we are around these levels. All right, you also have high volume area. So somewhere around 8.43 is where you would like USDT dominance to be sitting. Why? Because then you would have confluence between the charts, right? It's just another little added bonus. Okay, so if Bitcoin and USDT dominance align, right? One is at support, one is at resistance. That's just a nice little piece of confluence to help you out. And, I would say increase your probability of a successful trade. But we ain't even to the good stuff yet, fam. That's just starters. So do you see how much goes into a single trade? It is a lot. And some people would say analysis paralysis. Some people would say that. But, I would argue that this is like the strategy, right? For me, there's things that have to make it high conviction. There are things that have to happen to make it high probability. And I'm pretty much doing the same thing every time. I'm identifying where the liquidity sits. And then I'm seeing if I have confluence between the technicals and between the charts. Okay, so it's kind of the same process. If you guys are watching me, I'm doing the same thing almost every time, right? And so by doing this repetition that we do together, hopefully you guys are learning a little something as well. But again, I said we are not to the good stuff yet. So let's go back to Bitcoin. All right, looking at Bitcoin, 64K. Now, this is where we're like, come on. We're hoping that we have passive orders sitting at 64K. What we're hoping for. Let's see what happens. All right. And we do. All right. We do have some passive orders. They are a little bit lower though. So they're kind of stacked. Man, there's passive orders everywhere. You don't always necessarily see that, right? That's some indecision in the market, no doubt about it. Don't know which way to go. But you are seeing some passive orders starting at about 63.7 all the way up to about 63.927. Now, does this have to be the end all be all? Does it have to go to these passive orders just like this and then all of a sudden bounce, right? You can see right here, hit some limit orders, bounce, came back down, filled the rest, and then you can see with volume, it started making its move up. Right here, you had passive orders. Boom, look at that. So this is that impulse. So when you guys see me talk about charts and I'm like, hey, impulse move would negate. That's kind of what I'm talking about. A big old body candle that kind of pushes through whatever level you were looking at. But that being said, we do have passive orders sitting up here. So that's good. All right. That's another little piece for us to be like, cool, we got liquidations. We got confluence between levels. We got confluence between charts potentially. And then the other thing to do, my trigger. You know what? I'm going to have to get an audio clip from my trigger, right? Because I talk about that all the time. Like, this is my trigger. My trigger. So, my trigger would be to look at open interest and CVD. What would I be looking for in this case? What I would be looking for initially, as we work our way up to this area, all right, about 64K, I would like to see a continuation, or I would like to see open interest. I say a continuation because it is heading to the downside now. I would like to see that working to the downside. What does that mean? Shorts are covering, longs are taking profit or exiting their positions. And then the A plus is that you'll see open interest start to go up. All right. That means there is more market participation. People are coming into the markets. This is now the market agreeing with your bias, and it's just fuel for the fire. All right. Do you need a catalyst? Do you need a little bit, a little something to give you a push? Well, the market is that push, right? It is literally telling you that there is more market participation. Now, is it longs or shorts, right? Who's more aggressive in this case? And that's where CVD comes in. All right. Cumulative volume delta. That's where that's going to come in. And if it is going down, CVD is going down, that means that the shorts are more aggressive. So if you push into an area and you are seeing, especially if you see a divergence, if you start seeing this price push up and you start seeing CVD go down prior to hitting these passive orders, the odds are starting to stack in your favor. Then if you see a continuation and CVD going down and then open interest starts to go up, what that means, market participation is coming in and the shorts are more aggressive. The market is aligning with your bias in an order of passive orders where liquidations have been cleared off. There's no real incentive after that to continue to drive the market in a certain direction because those passive orders or not those passive orders, but the liquidation event has happened. So people have been pushed out. And that is when people preach my entry is your stop loss. Why? Because the stop losses are the liquidations or where people are getting pushed out of the market. It's not necessarily liquidations, but that is where people are starting to get pushed out of the market. Cool. So people are getting pushed out of the market. Good. Once they're gone, that's when we want to play the game. That's when we step in. That's when I can't say I got to stop with the we. That's when I prefer to step in. It's a hard habit to break. I don't want to get in trouble. Speaking of which, small bit of news. I am working on some classes right now. I'm taking 2 classes for military stuff. But when I'm done with that, your boy, I'm going to start hitting the books. I'm motivated. I am motivated. I'm going to start hitting the books. I'm going to get my Series 3. What does that mean? That means like I am going to stop operating in a gray area. All right. And then I can say we. And then I can talk about futures. And then I can talk about, what else? Options. Legally. Right? I'm gonna be one of the only dudes in the biz that's actually gonna have a certificate that's saying I can do that. There's some out there. Don't get me wrong. There's some dudes that come from that world that are very legit. But your boy's gonna go legit. I'm gonna go legit, and that's for everyone's benefit. It's not just for me; it's for you, right? Like it gives you the confidence that I know what I'm talking about, and again, I won't be operating in a gray area. So exciting times. Looking forward to doing that, and it'll give me more credibility. It's a way to differentiate myself from everyone else. Not to say that they're bad, because they're not. A lot of them are very, very good traders. But I just want to be legit. I gotta keep it legit too, because my job depends on it. Anyways, all right. So we've kind of walked through what would be looking. I think there is an opportunity there at about 64K. Long story short. Long story long, because it sure as hell went short. All right. Let's see what's up. Go back over to the chat. I'm going to use MMT instead of TradingView, I think. Dude, I mean, you could get away with it just depending on like what you have going on for TradingView. You can get away with using Market Monkey Terminal. So if you guys don't know, MMT is Market Monkey Terminal. That's this right here. It does have annoying pop-ups. It is very consistent. I am going to ask them about that. But yeah, man, I think you could get away with it. Jesse, I have taken trades I've gotten on at times, and I looked at it, I'm like, ooh, all up in them passive orders. And then I saw the CVD just crashing. I'm like, yes, please. I'm going to short. I just did that like last week. Made about $1,000. All right. So, I mean, there's things like there are things here, right? Like if you're looking for the technicals, there are some benefits, but I mean, like if you like fixed range volume profiles, you know, if you're looking at some of this stuff, like a lot of it's there. I think Market Monkey Terminal even has like a version of Market Cipher B as well. I think they call it Monkey Cipher. Pretty sure they call it Monkey Cipher. So, I mean, you guys know there's a lot of indicators that are very similar to Market Cipher. Obviously, you know, Market Cipher is the daddy, but there's a lot of spinoffs. There's VMC, Bravo, was it VMC B or something? There's a bunch of them. Let me see here. Let me see if I can pull that up. Add widget. It's not a widget. An indicator. There you go. Should be under community. There it is. Monkey Cipher. Right there. Oh, it's a pro now. They moved it. They moved it to pro. It used to be free. Oh, look at them. See if it'll show you a picture of it. Chumps. You chumps. MMT. Pulled the okey doke. But all this right here, this official, whoa. Man, why does that all say pro? That's interesting. Is that because maybe it might be because I'm tacked out on stuff, or maybe I don't know. I'm scared to even like take it off. I feel like maybe I'm grandfathered in on something. I gotta try this now. Let's see what happens. New. All right. No chart selected. Where do I go? Where do I go? Workspace layout, untitled workspace. We got that. Can I? Hey. Well, you guys are learning about me. That's not what I want. Untitled workspace. Cool. Yeah, cool. Let me do things. Add widget. Okay, I'll add widget. Start. I guess that's how it works. I don't remember doing it from scratch. It already had like all the chart and all that stuff up before. Shit, we're gonna learn together. Why not? Finance futures. Okay. Also, oh, that is not what I wanted. I didn't pay attention to that. Let's USD perp. All right, so I need to find BTC. BTC, USDT, that's Bybit, Binance. There we go. Nah, maybe. Come on. Oh, took me back to my... Whatever. I don't know. You guys will have to figure it out. I'm not taking it off my chart because my stuff's locked in right now. I ain't messing with that. Hold on. Did we get a little move to the downside? There it is. Here it is. Go, Biddy, go. Go, Biddy, go. Us and our freaking 80x leverage. Crazy. Up 6.31%. You guys made me 31 cents so far. Man, knowing us, it'll just reverse and go back. Let's actually do this, because honestly, if I saw it break this right here, I would do this anyway. So what is this? I'm locking in. All right, playing on house money now. So if it does come back up, it could stop me out. Cool, don't really care. I'm on house money. That's what I used to do in trading wars. That's exactly what I would do. Just like this. Find these little trades, get in quick, and then I would just move stop loss to entry and let it go, right? So like at that point, I'm playing on house money. And a lot of times when I would see these moves down just like this, I would just take it. 6%, nothing to be upset about. All right, we'll kind of let that play out. Anyways, what we got? Monkey Cipher B. Yeah, man. Is MMT delayed data? Vinny, I'm not 100% sure, man. I think my understanding is it's pretty quick. But this is from Binance. I honestly, I know that I looked at it at one point, and I can tell you, I've been using it probably more so than TradingView, and it's been pretty darn good, man. Like, it's been pretty good, and it's been pretty closely correlated to TradingView in terms of like looking at the price action, and really like pretty close to the exchanges too, right? Like that information. So that it's pulled from the exchange. So that is one thing that, you know, like TradingView and like it's pulling it from the exchange. So a lot of this, when you're looking at the open interest and you're looking at the CVD and all that stuff, as well as the price action, but it's being pulled from the exchange, right? They're paying for that. That's why they have the pro version essentially. But some of this stuff is aggregated, just so you know. So understanding how that works is part of it as well. But this right here, dude, is honestly, it's been invaluable. Like understanding where passive orders are sitting, and then, you know, seeing open interest and CVD. Like I said, those are actually pulled from the exchange. Man, it's been very, very helpful for trading. All right, the MC oscillator was released back in 2014. I researched it when building an indicator suite. Yeah, man. Market Cipher apparently has been around for a minute. So I always thought, like, honestly, I thought VMC was like the first one because it was just, there was like, it's so widely distributed. But I did my own research, right? I mean, I could probably just ask Face, but he would probably tell me. But I did my own research. So Market Cipher B was the original. However, VMC B and all the ones that kind of followed suit basically were kind of like, I won't say in protest, but Market Cipher B is not cheap. It's pretty expensive. And that was kind of people's like response to it. Like, you know, coders, they can do anything, right? They can figure that it's not overly complex. Let's be honest about it. And nowadays, I mean, you can vibe code anything. So like it's proprietary, but at the same time, it's like, it's going to be really tough. I think the indicator market's going to be really tough now. Anybody that's selling indicators, like, I mean, I still think there's some legs left, but you can vibe code anything. And as long as if you have a picture of it, you can probably get pretty close, especially like, you know, if you understand like what it's trying to calculate, or, you know, a lot of these things, you know, they have the code on them on TradingView. So you can like mix and match too. That's what I've done. So like full transparency with mine, like I take the elements of things that I like, and then I tweak it to my liking, right? Like, you know, I use things that they've already taken the time to make really nice code. Like, why am I going to reinvent the wheel when somebody can already show you buy side and sell side liquidity? Somebody has already taken the time to make something like this where you have your previous month high, your previous week high. Like, why spend my time on that? Like, but combining them into something that is good for you, right? Because if you look on TradingView, a lot of these indicators are like, it does this, it does that, it does this, it does that, and then there's other things. You gotta have like 7 or 8 of these damn indicators to get what you want. What I have done, I'm like, okay, I like order blocks, I like liquidity, I like pivots. I do like seeing kind of the previous month high, previous week high, all that good stuff. Those are things that I pay attention to in my analysis every day. I do like looking at the order range, or the orb, right? The opening range breakout. I like looking at that in the morning. Just if I'm trying to catch a scalp in the morning, that's dope. So I added that, and then I like seeing where there's a shift in structure or a break in structure. All right, like change of character, break in structure, same. But ICT concepts, Vice, SMC, like they're very similar. But that being said, like, you can see those very faintly. Like, that's the other thing too, is like I've been able to tweak everything to make them faint. Like, I don't want big overbearing lines across my chart. Like, I like thin, like this right here. All right, we got shift in structure, cool. Right? It's kind of like a change in character. Got it. Impulse move down? Yeah. Hell yeah. Probably gonna work its way down. Right? Then you get a break of structure. Right? So there you go. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I've done myself. One thing that I've done that you can see it on some of the like the volume weighted candles where it colors it. But dude, whatever I have done with it's basically Z-score based works pretty good, right? These big pink candles, I love this, right? So it repaints the candles to let me know when there's really going to be kind of a switch, right? Especially if it gets overbought or oversold based on Z-score, and that correlates to the Trend Reaper as well. So I married them up. So when you see the candles that are painted up here, that actually is based on Trend Reaper. All right, so Trend Reaper is really, really good at identifying the trend. You actually see some divergence right now. You guys see that, right? Trend Reaper working its way up, price action working its way down. Could be something. We'll see. But anyways, so then the diamonds, and I've explained this to some of you guys, but whether you pay attention or not, who knows? But the diamonds are stochastic crosses. So if you have a stochastic cross to the upside, it'll be white. If you have a stochastic cross to the downside, it will be teal. All right, so that's what that is. Now, again, something I've talked about here on the show, this falls back to an Eric Brown strategy. So all credit to him. He did the back testing on it. So again, why am I going to waste my time when somebody has already gone through it, and he's very reputable, has already gone through and done all of the back testing? Like, he's already tested this. Like, it's certified. This is one of his highest hitting strategies in terms of percentage. I guess, yeah, in terms of percentages, right? So, but one of the things that he looks for is the Bollinger Band Width Profile, BBWP. All right, so BBWP on the 5-day, right? That's what this is representing right here. So this is when it starts to work its way towards the extremes. This is the extremes. And then you're looking at the stochastic cross, specifically on the 5-day, is where his highest hit rate is. And that's why I have these diamonds. So there you go. That is what that is for, fam bam. That's basically an Eric Crown strategy, and I've kind of adopted it. It's pretty good. Here's a really good example right here. All right, get in BBWP, start getting towards the extremes. You get that stochastic cross to the upside. This one's a lot clearer. And there you go. Really nice move to the upside. Now, one thing that I will say is that very good at the entry, but that's it. You got to figure out when to get out of this thing. And it's a little deceiving sometimes in terms of, he's like, hey, we had this stochastic cross, yada, yada, yada. He takes it from the low or the cross, and then he goes to the high, whatever that move is. Let's be real about it. Like, most of us, aren't going to get out at the perfect moment. The 30, the 20, 25, 30%. We'll probably take it to something a little bit more realistic, like the value area high or the high of the range. Or you might shoot for the bottom there. Or maybe when you see a pink candle. I don't know. But that's the thing that's a little deceiving about it. So some of the back testing revolves, I think, around that. So you got to be careful. But like here, like you had a stochastic cross to the downside. Price did ultimately continue to go up, but is that where you exit? Maybe. So anyways, pretty cool strategy. It does work. It's real. I've taught it to a couple people, but that's, again, all Eric Crown. All right. So I just want to make sure he gets the credit that he's due. Let's see. Schaefer's not market cipher B is 90, 95%. Yeah, I have that. But try not to distribute. I'm cool with like Face and Nick and like very, I don't want to step on any toes, right? Keep my credibility as best I can. So I don't really talk about people too much. And I really do respect those guys and I like those guys. So at the same time, I'm not going to like push out somebody's indicator. I don't even really think he wants that indicator openly distributed, to be honest with you. But all right, cool. What else we got in here? Supposedly based on Claw, it's an account released on TradingView in 2014. I'm not sure if there's an MC released version. Lazy Bear. I've seen a lot of Lazy Bear. Interesting. Got the Real Market Cipher. I've got Van Show. Yeah, dude, I used to use VMC. Not even close. Got one other version. Got Jonathan Schaefer's. Yeah, Jonathan's is good. And Jesse's is 99.9% identical. Money flow and all. Okay. I have that version as well. Interesting. Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, I definitely don't give that out. I wouldn't do that to Face. I respect him too much. He's been nothing but good to me, man. I know a lot of people, like, they're kind of indifferent, or maybe they like him, don't like him. He's been nothing. He's been very nice to me. He's been nice to me. Tom Crown's been nice. All those dudes have been pretty nice. Obviously, me and Alex are like really close. So yeah, man. Nick's been nice to me too. I'm actually in his Discord. I did that the push-up challenge. Bitcoin to 100K. All right, cool. So we've looked at a nice little setup here, right around the POC. So keep an eye on that one. Go back down to, let's go to the 4 hour. I think that's pretty quality. So I would keep an eye on that. Other one, kind of the inverse of that. Looking for something down here. We talked a little bit about this one already. I think I posted this one in the Discord. This one's got a nice risk to reward. Definitely has a nice risk to reward. I don't know if you're going to be right at the monthly pivot. You may have to bump it up just a little bit. Let's move this down to the high volume node as well as the POC. Yeah, that one's nice. I like this one a lot. You might, man, this one a little tough. So this is, you would be fighting the structure just a little bit. Just a little bit. I know I'm always kind of preaching, stay in the structure. Stay in the structure. If you go from here to here, you're good. Just depends on what you're looking at. You know, do you make it fit your narrative? If you make it fit your narrative like this, if you go high to high, you're right there. You're right in there. But if you start looking at these right here, you're not in there. So, but anyways, I do like this as well. That is a risk reward of 3.46, which is really nice. About a 0.6% drawdown and looking for a 2% gainer. Again, just a little bit of leverage will go a long way on this one. So I'll probably, me personally, I'll probably use like 5. And that would be a 10% move. So sign me up for that. Now, just like looking at the short, there's going to have to be some things you're looking at. One, does liquidity get swept, taken off the table? Yes, we know we have liquidity sitting at 62.8. Check. We got some confluence, right? We have the monthly pivot, previous week low. That's kind of where I'm using as the stop loss. You're right in the order block. You're right in liquidity. We already know liquidity is certified, both on the heat map and on the chart. All right. So this is a nice little area. Just understand that not blind. So this is how I would used to roll. I wouldn't look at the order flow or the order book. I would just be like, all right, cool. We got this key level right here. I like it. It's dope. See that wick down below, right? You see the wick, you know what's happening. It's taking the liquidity and then it's reestablishing the zone or the range. And then you're looking for that move back to the upside, right? That's how I used to trade. Now I just go over to the order flow. This is the pop-up I'm talking about. That's really annoying. Market Monkey Terminal. Come on, dog. Y'all need to get rid of that for your homie. I would appreciate it. All right, so in that case, right, do we have passive orders down there? Yep, we do. right? 62.8, right? It goes down to, I mean, it starts at about 62.8. So it starts at about 62.8. It could wick down further, and that's where you're going to put your stop loss, right? Wherever that wick is, and you see that buying pressure coming in, you just put the stop loss below. So you'll put your stop loss below that area of 62.5. Let's see where we have it right now. Is at 62.1. So you're good. All right, 62.1, 60. We'll call it 62.2. 62.2. All right, where's that at? That is below this one. Now, this is a whole different story. You go down here. We're not even talking about this anymore. But 62.2. Yep, cool. Just above it. Great. So that works, right? So you can get passive orders filled. Check. Liquidation event happens. And then you're looking at your open interest and your CVD as the trigger, right? So what do you want to see in this case? So price action comes down, right? You get that reaction out of it. But what you want to see is CVD going up and open interest going up. This, my friends, I like to refer to as the trifecta. When you see these three things moving in parallel, usually a good sign. Usually a good sign. And that means, again, that the market is agreeing with your bias. What are some things that you'll see as you approach these levels? You'll probably see some absorption. You'll probably see some exhaustion. But it's very interesting to watch that as price action comes down, coming into these levels, these passive orders. Like you'll see it just stop sometimes. It'll literally just come down to that level and you'll just see passive orders just holding it up. That, my friends, is absorption. All right. So if you ever see it come down and it's just like doop, 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 and it just keeps going like horizontal, that's absorption. All right. You're just seeing it live. Get rid of this stuff. And I just realized I'm 5 minutes behind. That's funny. You got carried away? What'd you do? Oh, you were talking about the indicators? You're good, man. Dude, how many people are on right now? Like, does it really matter? Like, we can talk and have a good conversation. 14, not so bad. Shoot, we peaked out around 24. They maybe they did check out. Oh, there you go. There you guys get a little scene in the background. This is what I see when I come over and check to see like how many people are watching and stuff. Let's see. Oh, we got stopped out of that one. Poof. Gone. Yeah, we moved stop loss to entry. But that's cool. It looks like it's got some momentum. Looks like it's going to push up now. So that's one good reason to do that, right? Move your stop loss to entry. When you get those aggressive moves back to the upside, you were on house money. So no biggie. Stop that entry. All good. All good. We ain't mad about that. All right. Let's see here. Sure, some people were here for TradFi. I probably scared those people off as we just talked about Bitcoin the whole time. We will look at some things though. Amazon. We haven't looked at Amazon in a minute. What do we got going on here? Amazon bullish. Got it. Set yourself a new high. Looking at the structure here on Amazon, pretty bullish. Look at that. That's really bullish. Amazon looks good. Let's see. Let's update that. When I say that, I'm talking about the Fibonacci retracement level. I like this area right here. Right here. Got some confluence there. If you're looking at the 4-hour high volume node, order block, golden pocket, 229 to 233. Now you're probably like, TradeFly, that's really far away. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You're not wrong. But I still like the area. Why? Because it's high confluence. Fibonacci retracement level, order block, high volume node. Now, you would have to crush through the monthly, the quarterly. You know, that may not happen. But here nor there, I do like that level. So that'd be something for you guys to mark on your charts for Amazon. Let's look at gold.
Love gold.
Alrighty. Gold pulling back just a little bit since the last time we talked about it. This is a trade we were looking at. Coming back though, looking at this here. I think I did. Yeah, I can already see stop loss entry. So what we were looking at, breakout, retest continuation, got that. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Let's get rid of all this. We've already talked about this trade. But let's see where we're at in life. Go to the daily. That's a really nice move. Not looking bad though. I mean, you're pushing above, right? You're pushing above a lot of the things that would hold you down. A lot of resistance. Remember I was saying I wanted that breakout retest. Impulse move. These are big. I mean, that's a daily too. Impulse move, retest, continuation, right? You see that all the time. I'm telling you, the 55 EMA or the Trend Reaper, pretty fire, honestly. Look at this. Look at how long this one ran. If you were to just trade the Trend Reaper, man, the Trend Reaper moving average, just trade the white. Holy moly. And then sell the blue. And then trade the white. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Like on this flip, on the daily, you would have got in right here. Because you're probably looking at it and you're like, oh, well, look, it turned white here. No, that's not how it works. It's on the candle close. So you would have got in right here. So you see white, candle close. That's actually when this flips white. Just so you know. But dude, let's say you only, goodness gracious. This goes back to just 25. If you were to get in let's say last flip. Right here. Last flip. There you go. Candle close. 4 to 3%. This would have lost. Let's keep it real. So you would have got in right here. Let's say you took the short right there. And then you got your flip, which would have been here. Oh gosh. I feel so bad. You only lost 0.77%. That's terrible. Let's see. And then you got your flip here. You would have lost 0.9%. And then your flip here. That one. Because that would have been a short. You would have, that would have been a 9% winner. So all in all, you would have been up, what, like 50%? You don't even need me. What do you need me for? Just use the Trend Reaper. And guess what? That's what we're working on. That's what we're working on, fam. We're doing a lot of back testing right now. We got strategies where basically it's just riding the momentum here. Riding the trend. That's why it's called Trend Reaper. And that's what we're working on. And this is it. It's literally, it's that simple. It is that simple. And it keeps you in the game, right? So you're staying, it'll keep you in the trades. Always in the trades. Then it will have some like guardrails as well. Like if the market were to pull back very aggressively, it would close the trade. Theoretically. And that's why we're doing some forward testing. Make sure that an automated system does not screw you guys. We are trying to bring that out to the world though. I am using it though. We are actively doing some testing. I don't know if I can bring up the website without showing too much. So, but we do have a website. We have it's called like bandit.moondrip or something like that. But that's where we're basically taking everything that we're testing, all the strategies we're testing, and consolidating it to one place and seeing what works. And we've been working on that for months. Like I think that website's been up probably for about 4 months, maybe 5 months. And I've been doing that stuff in the background, trying to bring you guys some cool stuff. TradeFly for the win. Downtrend is active. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it is a downtrend, but you did, look, I mean, you have broken the trend a bit, right? So this is what's really, really cool about it. Now, this is on the daily. Definitely, I would say, yes, downtrend, but you see how you had the series of lower highs, and it's broken out. And it caught that. It caught that, which is really, really cool. And that's on the daily, though. You take it down to lower time frames, then what happens? It moves quicker. So, all right, let's look at strategy. We talked about that. I said no zone. No zone remains. Go NVIDIA. What a beautiful bounce, man. We had a great call. Like we called right here. The golden pocket is where we were looking for a bounce for NVIDIA. Now, the trade I was looking at, full transparency, did not go all the way up here. It did not. The trade I was looking at, I think, stopped a bit lower. So, but hey, you're getting up to the previous week high, it looks like. So that only goes, well, that goes back to Sunday. Right here. Yeah, I wouldn't flirt with that right now, to be real with you. So now, since you've got that bounce off the 618, you're going to bring this down here to the low. And it's about figuring out where this pivot's going to be. So is it going to be here? We don't know. Is it going to be up here? Maybe. If it does, I'd probably like that a little better. But as of right now, not something I'd really flirt with. I wouldn't even say, hey, short it or any of that. Like it's not, with stocks, I don't know. I'm a little bit more sketch with that, but you are up in an order block right now. So I say that there should be some resistance for NVIDIA where it's at right now at 225. Let's see. Any good areas to kind of jump back in? Yeah, right here. Retesting the highs. You gapped that high right there. You got a nice gap there coming down to the previous month high, the weekly pivot. Right about 213. Very, very logical area to see a bounce. Actually, let's put that fib back on real quick. And it's the 0.382. So if you're looking for bullish continuation, the 0.382 would be it. You'd fill this gap right here. See how you got a nice little gap there? Also where you had a shift in structure. Previous month high, 0.382. Very, very logical thought to look for a move. Oh, that is not what I wanted. But that's okay. We can leave it there. No biggie. So where does that take you from? About 213, 214, back up to the previous week high or around there at about 225. So let's measure that out just to see kind of what your move would be. About 4%. That's not too bad, honestly. For those that are savvy with options, that's not bad. If you would like to trade NVIDIA, that is definitely, let's take a look-see on 2-bit. But I believe, there you go, TradeFi. Let's see what commodities, let's see. There you go. So you could always come on over to a 2-bit or a BitUnix, use either one of those exchanges, and you can trade. I think it closes. I don't think you can do 24 hours on the exchanges. Oh, hold on. It's got Bitcoin. Got Bitcoin prices in there. That's crazy. Why didn't it update? That's a little janky. That wasn't smart enough to go to the price action. VWAP sitting at 225. Cool. We were talking about a little bit lower, right? We were talking about, what are we on? Oh, the 3-minute. I was like, this is aggressive. All right, let's go to the daily. There you go. Yeah. Down here, yeah, that makes sense too. Pretty clear horizontal. You had an impulse move through. That's important. You had a retest, rejection, pretty harsh rejection from there. Rejection, impulse move through. I do like that. For me, that's a huge, huge sign. When you have, very aggressive moves, either through a zone or like a rejection, or multiple rejections, it kind of certifies a level for me as something that I'm going to pay attention to in the future. Let me see if I can do a box here. Oh gosh. There we go. That's something I always look for. So we were talking about 213, 214. That falls right within the box. Right? So coming down here and retesting that level is something I would pay attention to. Now I've lost my paintbrush. There we go. So looking for something like that where it comes down, and then just looking for a move out. But that would be a good spot to look at for NVIDIA. And like I said, it's 0.382 as well. A lot of things kind of lining up right there. Pivots, got some volume coming in. And this the moving average is working up aggressively too. And then even the value area high is not far off. That's 211. That, I think that falls within the box as well, right? When you kind of map it all out. Oh, not liquidity. Wrong one. Yeah. 211 falls right within that box as well. So you have horizontal, right? Very clear horizontal level where you see both support, resistance, impulse moves through the zone. And then you're coming and you see some technicals, right? Some people like to trade the Fibonacci retracement levels. Some people like to trade pivots. Some people like to trade the value areas. When you have all of those things aligned, right? Just understanding some of the psychology of like, okay, you got a bunch of people that are probably looking in that area and you have the gap. Some people trade those, right? You got liquidity marked right here. So it'd be a good spot, I think, to look for NVIDIA. Dame, what up, dude? Good to see you, bro. Thank you for being here. 211.9 is level for me. There you go. So you're looking at the same spot. Look at Tesla. All right. So what was I looking for? I remember talking about this. We identified this level. We're like, hey, if we get a impulse move through, breakout, retest, continuation. Didn't really come all the way back for the retest. So this one, you know, real talk, may have been hard to get into, right? Because you may have been waiting for it to come down and retest. Let's go to the 4 hour just to see it a little bit more clear, right? Didn't quite come all the way back. I guess it depends. It did. So when we looked at this, I'm not sure where we were in this cycle in terms of like where we were price action wise. So when I drew this line, you know, we could have been like down here, but this did form and it did retest the highs there. That is more so what you would look for right there, right? Impulse move through, there's the highs, impulse move through, come back, retest, continuation. That is what you look for. Did I draw this in the right spot? Maybe not, because we were probably down here. And it may have appeared as though these were the highs. Who knows? Anyways, here nor there, you're pretty much approaching an area where I thought there would be resistance based on a couple factors. One, moving average is working its way down. You got the monthly pivot, and you have an area of resistance right there. So that's exactly where you have come to a stop for the overnight session. So tomorrow it's going to be something to watch for Tesla. But I think, yeah, we were looking at that. Come down. All right, look for that rejection. And then look for probably another move. So, but right now you are at resistance. That's definitely something we were looking at for Tesla. kind of decision point right now. If you reestablish, if you get above the monthly pivot and you start getting above kind of where you saw this rejection right here, or I guess this area of support, I mean, you got a nice little gap there. Nice little gap to fill. Let's get rid of the Fibonacci retracement. What I would say though is if you are going to take another, like you're going to have to see something, big body candle through here, and then a retest of somewhere around the monthly pivot. If you're going to take that, I would very much recommend, not advise, very much recommend that if you take something like this, that you do not fight the yearly pivot and the trend. You will hear me say this over and over again. Respect the structure. Stay within the structure. Structure right now, right at the yearly pivot. We'll call it right around 387. I would not fight that. And that's where your volume starts building up too. And then quarterly pivot and order blocks all above that. So it starts really stacking some resistance above. I like to keep it conservative. Honestly, if I was even looking at it, like obviously that's going to be your first rejection, but like if you're scalping or intraday, that might be the TP right there where it says sell side liquidity. Now that's not as applicable to our current price action. That's really more so to here where you got this gap. But, understanding that you have had multiple interactions with that level, I would expect that to be resistance at 369. So it's kind of a way of getting ahead of the price action, right? Just kind of looking at it. What's realistic in terms of where you could see the price react? And right there would definitely be one of them. When I say right there, again, 369 is where I would expect an initial rejection. But the retest, this is where you start looking at the trades. All right. You're going to see this moving average continue to work over. You already have, well, that's just your overnight session, but that's really where resistance is. Then you have your monthly pivot. That's a beautiful spot to see a retest. And then again, you're staying within the structure of the move. Don't fight it. And yearly pivot is a really, really nice spot. And you have volume. So a lot of things are aligning right there for Tesla. So that goes from about 347 to about 386. So what is... Let's see. What kind of move is that? That's 10% move, man. I would not be upset at that. What's up to just the lows there, where I think there's going to be a rejection? That's a 5% move. Nothing wrong with that either. Shit, you might be able to two-piece that one. But the conservative play for me is just waiting for that move. If it breaks through, like if you get an impulse move through, then that kind of alerts you to say, hey, we're looking for the retest. And when we get that retest, you're looking for that continuation. I love the smell of resistance in the morning. My man. Well, you're there. You are there. Either you're going to get that hit or you're going to get you might get an aggressive move up if it moves through the zone. You could see something like that. So that's, again, but it's a beautiful thing to not just be like trying to make a trade right here when it opens. The beauty of doing a little bit of TA is that you're like, all right, I got a key level. I got a level on the chart that I need to pay attention to. And so you can wait to see how that plays out. Just send a chart in the Discord at TradeFly. So you send a chart. 422 is in validation for the short. Are you talking about Tesla? Let me look. Invalidation for the short. So what's your entry? Hold on, I'll pull up the Discord. Why not? See what you got going on, Jesse. I gotta go soon. I got soccer. Well, welcome. Welcome to the family. Look, ain't nobody joined the Discord. wrong with you people? What do you want from me? All right. Squad charts. Gotta be Jesse. See what you got, man. So your entry is 391. So, question for you. I'm trying to like analyze and just figure out this indicator because holy moly, there's a lot going on here. But so you essentially have a median, right? Deviation to the top and the bottom side, with this trend. I don't know this indicator, right? So I'm just looking at it. I'm like, all right, cool. I see the median, I see deviation, top, bottom, based on price action. So it's kind of giving you a deviation, but why would it recommend to take something that goes outside of that deviation, which is I'm trying to figure out here. Is it just ignoring this and just saying, hey, we're sticking with horizontals? Let's see. Let's go back to the chart. And then so 391. I mean, that's really, really close to the yearly pivot. I'm not against it, Jesse, to be honest with you. I mean, it is a freaking gnarly horizontal. Let's clear some of this stuff out. Oh, I don't know what I just knocked out. Ooh, just took out the whole indicator there. All right, so you're really close to the yearly pivot. That being said, you also have super, super clear horizontal level there, right? And that's at 387. We can take it as high as 391, which I think is where you said your entry was. And really, we could take it a little bit higher, probably 396. Right? It's never going to be perfect. Never going to be perfect. Let's take a little bit of a deviation to the top and the bottom of the yearly pivot. Stays within the structure. Jesse, I don't mind that trade at all, honestly, dude. I really don't. How it got there, I don't know. Too much going on your chart, but very, very clear horizontal, right? Impulse move up, gap, came down, retested that zone, came down, retested that zone. Slow trickle through, came up, flirted with it some more, retest, bounce, flirting again, and ultimately gap through it. So I don't hate that level, honestly. I mean, the yearly pivot stays within structure. I would very much consider a short at that level. Very much. Now, where did it say it was going to take it down to? Let me look. Let me go back to your chart. 350, if I'm reading that correctly. Maybe that's TP1. Let's see. I don't hate that either, man. That's very close to the monthly pivot. He's using something with pivots, I think, mixed into that. Or there's something that drives a metric that's driving the pivots is driving something with his indicator as well. I think is that stupid Bitcoins? I think that's stupid Bitcoins. Something that is driving the underlying driver for these pivots is driving that indicator in some facet, because his entry is at the yearly pivot, his TP1 is at the monthly pivot, or it's fucking strange coincidence, I guess. But I don't hate that. I really don't. Yeah, man, dude, I would not be against that. And then where'd you say? Let me go back. 422. Come on, dog. You know you got to do 420. Don't be silly. 422. So way up here. Dog, you could do 420 and get away with it. You totally do. I wouldn't put your stop loss that high, Jesse. To be realsies. Now, I can't give you advice. Can't tell you what to do with your money, but let me explain to you why. You would be pushing through the high volume node at 400. You would be pushing through the quarterly pivot. You would be pushing through an order block. You would have broken the structure and then made a move all the way up to 422. That to me is sketchy, bro. So let's say you use the yearly pivot. Let's say you front run your area just a bit. You're at 422. So your TP1 is only essentially a 1-to-1. It's a 1-to-1. Your TP1. Now, are you going to take it to TP2? How are you going to, monitor your trade, right? Like how are you going to follow up with this? What is going to make you determine when you're going to get out? For me personally, I would look at this order block, this quarterly pivot, and be like, yo, if you break through that, if you break through all that volume, I'm not messing with that anymore. So my TP1 or your TP1 would be my exit. All right. So, I mean, if you're breaking through the quarterly pivot, you're pushing up through this order block. I don't want nothing to do with that no more. Personally. So we're looking at something like this. And then it would give me a 2-to-1 with the, I'd say, a pretty probable trade setup. That's personally how I would look at it. Again, this is strictly just using technicals, pivots, and stuff, horizontal levels on the chart. Nothing else. Let's see. Let's think about like liquidity and all that stuff. And I mean, the bulk of your liquidity is going to be up here. This order block. So, I mean, there's this order block right here. There's going to be liquidity, and there's going to be more liquidity up here. That one's tough, Jess. But I think if you get a breakout of this structure, you're going for that liquidity. Would be my thought process. So I'm going to draw what I'm thinking here. If you start working up, right, come up, and you break through, impulse move, then I think you're just going to come down, retest, and see continuation. And it's going to take all this liquidity. All that right here. And where would you be? Right here. So it's one of those sayings of, this is something that Face talks about, or I guess he talked about it. Then Alex talked to me about it, and it was be wrong quick. You would not be wrong quick if you did that. You would be waiting, chilling. So, I'm a liquidity trader, my man. All right, I gotta get out of here. I got soccer. I got 5 minutes to get ready and get my booty moving. So much love to you guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully you learned something. If you did, like and subscribe. I would appreciate it so that I can keep giving you the sauce. All right. With that being said, have a great day. As always, trade safe. Be safe. I'm out.
When you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.